Well, the river was calm earlier.
Yeah, until we had a convoy of boats going toward French Island.
Well, if it's anything like a good river camp, like our river camp, or like any other good God-fearing Americans, they've got a smash set up, and they're probably trying to get back to it.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they had not only a TV set up at the river camp, but they have Dish out there too.
Oh, probably.
They've got to watch the college football down at the river camp.
Oh, absolutely. With the
watch basketball right now
with the Switch. It couldn't be any easier.
Well,
couldn't be any easier.
Because none of the kids down there are going to want to watch the game. They're going to want to take their video games with them.
Oh, absolutely. And why wouldn't you want to play Smash? Because right now, Smash is amidst some very good excitement and some very deep controversy with a hero.
Yeah, he's getting some heat, isn't he?
Yep. Well,
you were telling me earlier he's getting banned from some things.
South Australia, their Smash circuits banned him. You're not allowed to play him.
They banned guns, and then they now they're banning Hero.
They're banning freedom, is what they're banning.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think that was New Zealand they did that. But anyway.
I think Australia has some pretty strict gun laws, the reasonable people that they are. Anyway. Yeah. It's been 2 weeks. He's only seen 2 majors. It's ridiculous.
Which kills me that, I think you were telling me, the day a DLC character becomes live, it's game for a tournament, right?
No, actually. I'm kind of glad.
Really?
Because
I feel like the day of or the day after we were watching Joker being used in a local.
Well, a local is different. A major, for instance, EVO 2019 was the weekend after Hero was released.
Right.
And that tournament actually, not only was Hero not allowed to be used in it, but 4.0 wasn't allowed to be used in it.
Oh, the whole patch.
And the reason why is because everyone had been practicing until earlier that week on a previous patch. So there would be mechanics and stuff. It wouldn't have been as exciting and as intense as a tournament because they'd literally be learning as we watch them.
I can't help but think that would be cool.
I
think if you're at that level, adapt.
I would love to watch that, but you understand.
I get it. Plane going over.
And unlike that guy that used to, it's not him anymore, but that guy used to own a little biplane. I mean, a little single engine plane over there, right after Hatfield.
Oh, it's yellow. I see him flying. Yeah. He flies it a lot of mornings.
Oh, he still has it? I thought
They not only have that now, they have a helicopter too.
Really?
Yeah, and they spray their fields.
No, that is definitely not him. That is a.
No, that's a private jet.
That is that is a jet. Yeah. So. It's like StarCraft. Blizzard actually hosts the tournaments themselves.
Right.
Nintendo doesn't host tournaments. Well, they do now, kind of, sort of.
Sure.
But EVO is not one of them. They might give money to EVO and support their game being played at EVO, but they're not part of its organization. So Nintendo didn't care that EVO was happening. It did, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It's just going to release its patch when it's ready.
Right.
So it's up to EVO to be like, wait, no. We'll play the game you guys know.
Right.
Anyway, Super Smash Con, Hero is fair game. The only person that mained Hero, the person that made it the furthest maining Hero, I believe, was Salem, who ended up at 49th.
Yeah.
And as far as someone who had kept a pocket or a counterpick Hero, I don't think they even got in the top 8. Might have been 9th, but they didn't top 8.
Okay.
So Hero's not as dangerous as we believe yet. The fact of the matter is we don't know.
Right.
That's the fact of the matter. So Australia, it's preemptive in my opinion. Full disclaimer, I'm maining Hero. I have been a Dragon Quest stan pretty much since 7 released on the PlayStation.
Right.
And as Dragon Warrior, it was called Dragon Warrior in the U.S. at first because of a dispute with a pen and paper game called Dragon Quest.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that copyright wasn't settled till 2005 when they released Dragon Quest VIII in North America, which was released as Dragon Quest VIII.
Interesting.
So interesting fact, all the way up to Dragon Quest VIII's release, only 5 and 6 missed our shores. The Super Nintendo titles. Those were the only ones that missed our shores.
They later came out as...
they were later re-released, yes.
Game Boy games.
But 1 through 4 for the NES released over here just fine.
Right.
In fact, Dragon Quest released in Japan in '86, which predates Final Fantasy in Japan, which came out in '87 by almost a whole year. The same thing happened over here. Dragon Warrior was released in '89, and Final Fantasy 1 was released in '90. Yeah. So Dragon Quest has a longer history in America, just not as popular of a one.
Sure.
Final Fantasy just took off over here a lot bigger, but in Japan they're pretty much neck and neck.
Yeah.
And that brings me to what's so important about Hero being in Smash and why I'm so excited. I'm excited that Dragon Quest has representation, but I'm excited what it could do for Dragon Quest. Because when Marth and Roy released in Melee, we didn't know who the hell they were.
I still barely know who they are.
We had to go to the trophy section and look them up, and they were from a game called Fire Emblem JP.
Right.
And then magazines were telling us, hey, because of Marth and Roy's popularity, they're going to get their series released over here.
Yeah.
Which they did. We just didn't see Martha Roy in one for years to come. Because it started with Fire Emblem 7 was localized over here as Fire Emblem.
This is an aside, but you're actually making me think of other characters now that I would like to see in Smash so that their series gets representation and or reignited in the gaming community.
Like who?
Vice from Skies of Arcadia.
Vice would be a great one. We already have a Sega character. We already have two Sega characters in Smash. We have Bayonetta and we have Sonic. And technically, Sega was the publisher of Persona 5.
He's got so many Final Smashes that could be introduced. He has the two swords. You could switch between the colors based on what type or color that the opponent is. God, that could work so well.
Vice is an excellent idea. And of course, Vice became hyper popularized on the GameCube port of Skies of Arcadia. The Dreamcast one is fantastic, but for patience purposes, play the one on the GameCube. Load times are better. There's not much of a difference between the two games.
No.
They were released a year within each other, I think.
Very close.
But so with Hero being talked about so much, this controversy surrounding him and all this, it's very possible that we could get 10, the only Dragon Quest game, mainline game that has not hit our shores, to come over, the MMO.
Right.
I've been trying to play it because it's no longer region locked, but it's still very much a Japanese game.
I would love it,
it's
but
difficult.
My internet out at the house would not allow me to play an MMO at the moment.
If they would take the Switch port, and localize it over here, I think it would do great. I think it would do amazing. And there's an offline mode even.
Oh,
so
there
you
is
can play
an
the story.
offline mode?
Yeah, you can just play the story. I know.
Okay, I could do that.
And banning him, I feel, is lazy. I know this is a cliche, but get good. His RNG element, when you down B, he has to stop.
Yeah.
You can read the same menu he's reading.
Right.
If he has a thwack, bait it out. That is fighting game 101. If you can't bait a move, you can't play a fighting game.
Well, they don't do that in StarCraft either. If a patch releases, they don't hold back the tournaments. They're just like, this is what it is now.
Well, that's fine, but Blizzard organizes these tournaments so they can release a patch well in advance of a tournament.
They can, but they are on the schedule of the community as a whole, not necessarily when tournaments are releasing.
Which is fine. Which Sakurai does not have
patches release like a week before major WCS.
Sakurai does not have the competitive community in mind when he does these. Sure. He's just making his game.
Yeah, he's just having fun.
But not even the patch, just the base fact of Hero, just the base fact of him. I mean, he has to stop what he's doing, man.
Yeah,
he has to completely stop. So that's plenty of time for you to get done what you need to get done. Yeah. Oh, that's a different guy. Oh, he's got his poles. He's going
ready
fishing.
to go fishing.
Yeah, but he has to stop what he's doing. You can read the same menu as him. Prepare. Right. Just prepare. And he's still a strong character, a very viable character without his down B. So learn to. In fact,
tell me if I'm wrong, but he seems to play a lot like Link.
There's some strong similarities to Link, yes. There's some strong ones. The most notably is dash attack. He has the little jump.
Right. That's what I'm thinking of.
Would you use that against him?
We were playing against him last night, and I couldn't help but notice, like, my frame of mind was going towards when I'm playing Link when I do Hero.
The biggest similarity between the two characters is the shield. If either character is idle or just walking, the shield will block projectiles.
Oh, neat. I don't think I registered that was happening.
So it's funny that I'm having so much trouble with Don's Mega Man. It's not funny. It's a testament to Don's skill, because with that shield and with the fact that I could get bounce in an RNG, Which anytime I have a chance, I don't taunt as hero. I don't anything. It's basically I play hero like this. Anytime I would be charging my limit break with Cloud, I'm checking my menu. If I don't like what I see, shield out, check my menu. Shield out, check my menu. If they get too close, abandon.
Yeah.
Or just pick one that won't hurt me, but will also buff me a little bit. Because there's a lot of buffs, like Psych Up, and that's another thing that's great about Heroes. All these people that have never played Dragon Quest, they're having to learn all these, which I'm having to learn their exact things in the game, but I have a pretty good idea from so much Dragon Quest.
Yeah, he's definitely an interesting character for sure.
I want to play him some more. That's what I want to go do right now.
Hey, we can lab against wasn't there one you wanted to lab against?
Villager, to see if Villager gets pocket thwack.
That'll be good. Yeah, we can head back.
Let's do that. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. Spend a little bit outside, but spend the majority inside in the darkest room in your house with a 2-liter of Mountain Dew playing Smash.
Brought the Switch. It's a little humid today.
Oh, it's very humid today here in Indiana. If you're in the Midwest, especially in the Ohio River Valley, cool off a little bit.
Yeah.
Get some game fuel.
Yeah, game fuel would work. All right, let's head out.
See ya.